or rather Wudang way, which is the Taiji way really, of fighting with sticks, or rather stick against an edged weapon such as a knife. That's the difference between, for instance, the Filipino way, the Balintawak system, or the Arnis way of fighting. They always fight stick against stick. The Taiji way was always to train you to make use of the most available weapon, which is normally a piece of wood. And although we're training against another stick, that's only for safety, because we're going whack across here. So this is really a knife. And then when I attack Eli, this will really be a knife. And so when I go something like whack, something like that, that will be against his arm, really. That's what we're talking about, you see. So we're assuming that he has a knife, and well, it's just for the training. These are training drills. The Wudang stick fighting method has 12 training drills, starting from fairly simple, getting more complicated as it goes through. I'm using a lovely set of sticks sent to me by Laza in the Philippines, Larry Buno from the Philippines. He does the Balintawak system of Arnis. And these are the real ones. These are the peasant ones. Nothing fancy about them. They're just 2 bits of O-way. I think it's O-W-A-Y wood. And that's the best sort of wood. Slightly heavier than rattan. And it's still more flexible and very, very strong. It doesn't break, in other words, like bamboo or a normal piece of wood. Just bits of woods, just knife, and there you have it. Lovely piece of wood for fighting. However, you can use any piece of wood. That's the difference with the Chinese system. You just pick up a lump of wood and you're able to use it. The main thing here, there are 12 main systems, training drills, and they'll teach you everything you need to know for fighting using the stick. The emphasis is placed upon using the body and using Fa Jing. And it's exactly the same as when we punch. That's what happens at the end of the stick. So we're literally extending that snap punch, bah, Fa Jing, into the end of the stick. So you'll never find someone going like that, or like that. It's always bah, like that, or it's always bah, like that. So it's wah, bah, Fa Jing at the end of it. So the whole body is making the stick move. Never once, it's the same as in Taiji, will you see that or that. The whole body. The whole body is making the stick move. So the movement comes from the center, in other words. So if I'm going to do a move like this, which we'll be starting off with, not just that, that's a stiff dead move. It's even when you're doing it slowly, you see. Or see how the body turned to the right, loaded the stick, and then the body came back with a Fa Jing move. See, the body's turned back to the left. That's the punch coming out. As the punch makes contact, hips go back the other way. So we're going left, right, you see, or left, right, and so on. But we'll get into that as we go through it. You'll find that because these sticks are a little heavier, you'll find that, well, even if they were light sticks, you'll still find that you're getting soreness all around here, right up into your shoulders here, especially the wrists, because you're using muscles now that you would not normally use, of course. So the training drills are designed, they were designed by people of genius. They're designed to teach your body how to move, to develop exactly the right muscle groups for the martial arts or for the self-defense arts, in particular for using the stick. You'll find at first you're a little bit cumbersome. You think, oh gee, how can I get a nice flick with that? Because you're trying to hold onto the stick, you see. The stick is continually changing from yin to yang. Your grip is continually changing from yin to yang. So never do you hold onto the stick always tightly, like chopping wood. The stick's always loosening, and then bah, then tightening. You see, it's loosened. There, see that? So that's one of the grips of the stick, in fact. See that? It's exactly the same as the knife biting method. In fact, the knife biting method is always changing from yin to yang. So that's a yin hand, and then when we attack, it changes and the see, then it'll close. So you're getting that little extra whip using the fingers here to squeeze it in. And you've got to have tremendous strength, of course, in your forearms. You've got to have Popeye forearms in order to get that, that strength to be able to kill someone with one blow. Because remember, you're dealing not with someone with a stick, who could kill you anyway. We're dealing with someone with an edged weapon, with a knife, for instance. So the first training drill is a very simple drill. Number one, it's just called number one drill, number one method. And it's teaching you the use of the stick. It's teaching you how to use the stick, how to get the yin and yang hands. All of the methods are great self-defense methods. However, much more importantly, it gives you abstract ways. It goes into your subconscious mind. So they're developed that way. So the first ones, although they are self-defense methods, for instance, maybe bring that low one in like that, Eli. Eli's coming up like that, maybe into the groin, or coming up into my face, or something like that. I mean, I could very easily simply go whack, and then maybe straight through here or something, and do something, or wah, wah, which comes in later, of course. However, this training drill is a very simple training drill. We have our left foot forwards. Eli's coming through with a slice in like so. I come down onto the stick, which indicates, sorry, Eli, whack onto his wrist. That's what it indicates, you see. So because we can't hit each other on the wrist, that's what I'm actually doing. But that's his wrist, because he's coming through with a knife, in like this, you see. That's what he's doing to me. That's what it's indicatory of. So Eli has to loosen his stick like this. That's the first move. See, from here, you've got if you're going or wrong. You want short, you want quick, powerful, farging motion. Now see what my hand's doing. This will be Eli's first go. So I'm teaching my boys as I go through this. So it's a good way for me to put it on video, because I'm getting all the things right to start with, and I'm trying to teach someone rather than just relying upon my own knowledge and mind. See that? As I did before, the body turns to the right, now the body turns to the left. Now see how the hand is loosening on the stick slightly? And now as it comes up, it will then re-grab. See how the fingers are re-grabbing it? See what the wrists are doing? And it's flicking up as your waist turns back to the right. So if I move out of here, so I'm not going to hurt Eli, I'll just do this move. So you can't see the stick move. And I've hardly made any movement with the body, see? It's farging at its best. The wave comes from here. It's big, it's open, and when it finally gets down to the stick, it's very small, concentrated, so therefore it's explosively powerful. So what I've done there, I'll do it towards the camera. That's your stance to start with. See how the waist turns? Stick turns slightly. Now as the waist starts to turn, that's when the stick starts to turn over and you're loosening your grip slightly. And it's like a rubber band. Now the stick starts to catch up with your waist, which is turning violently to the left because your arm is attached to your waist.